Hey, Pasta YouTube, it's your boy JJ here, back with some more Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Last time we continued on with the Gym Leader rematches, and in today's episode, we're finally going to finish them once and for all. Starting with Candace. Don't make any jokes about her name now, we've all heard them before. This is another case of I wish we didn't have to do the gym puzzle all over again because, let's be honest, this is kind of an annoying gym puzzle. It's not difficult per se, it's just kind of annoying to deal with. But I will say this, having to do it without dealing with the trainers here, it takes a lot of time off. So I'm thankful for that. Unfortunately, this is one of those cases where I always get mixed up of where the correct angle is to take these snowballs out of the way. The puzzle, like I said, isn't difficult. It's just a bit time-consuming. Of course, as I said, this will be the final episode for the Gym Leader rematches, as Candace and Vulcanur are the last ones, and they're the only two that are left. There is one thing I do want to do to finish off this episode, but of course I have to get to the Gym Leaders first in order to do that. That one again. It's on this side. Okay, I think I got it now. Wait. No, I had the first time. Okay. This is the riveting gameplay you guys wanted to see. Just watching me try to solve this puzzle. But it's done now. Mostly. Top quality gameplay and top quality commentary. The essence of YouTube. Okay. And that should do it. Alright. I do have some notes here, I believe, of the team she has. Provided by Cerebi. I do want to put in Infernape in the front. Where are my notes? I'm gonna save again because I don't think I've done that for a while. Okay, and let's get to it. Alright. Let's battle Candace. Just like with some of the other gym leaders we've seen throughout the rematches here, Candace has a team based off of weather, starting off with an Abomasnow, level 68, Snow Warning for the ability, holding an Icy Rock to extend that hail time. Brave Natured, with the moves Wood Hammer, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Aurora Veil. With Hail being up, she can now activate the Aurora Veil, which is pretty much both Light Screen and Reflect, which is annoying to deal with. And I believe she'll probably set that up first, if not go for Earthquake. Probably the Aurora Veil though, right? Yeah, Aurora Veil. I could just nuke this thing with Flare Blitz, but I do want to build up some attack to at least do as much as I can before Infernape can go down here. A lot of her team is rather frail, or on the frailer side of things. She only has really one or two Pokemon that are actually quite threatening. At least for Infernape. There's that Earthquake. How much does this do? It does a lot. And the Hail brings us down to red. One more Power Punch will knock this thing out, I think. And it does. So now we're at +3, but the Aurora Veil is set up. Thankfully, her Abomasnow is holding an Icy Rock and not Light Clay, so it's so the barrier is up for 5 turns rather than 8. which is still annoying, but it does cut out some time. But next up is a Mamoswine, also level 68, Snow Cloak for the ability, so raise evasiveness, Adamant Nature holding an Expert Belt, with the moves Ice Shard, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Double Team. Having Hail Up activates Snow Cloak, which raises the evasiveness, and with Double Team it makes this thing impossible to hit, which is super annoying. But I think it'll probably go for Ice Shard or Stone Edge here. Ice Shard, which we take. There's the Hail though. It's risky, but I'm gonna go for close combat here. It's holding an Expert Belt, so it's a risk. But it's a risk worth taking. That was a mess. We do lower our own defenses though, which is a bit risky, but I think it'll be okay. Mamoswine goes down. And next up is, after some hail damage here, Aurora Veil goes away too, that's great. Jinx. Jinx is level 70, Dry Skin for the ability, which makes Jinx lose HP in the sun, but she absorbs water and heals from it. She is Modest Nature, holding a Focus Sash, with the moves Blizzard, Focus Blast, Sweet Kiss, and Lovely Kiss. Can't knock us out per se unless Focus Blast actually hits, or Sweet Kiss, but she can put us to sleep, which is a bit annoying. And that Focus Sash comes into play here. Focus Blast. This might knock us out actually. Jinx has really a huge special attack, and we actually tank it. Again, as I said, Friendship is OP, but Hail does knock us out. Hail might go down in the next turn, I think. Infernape was really the only thing I really had for ice types, which are actually a pretty big challenge for us. 3 out of our 6 mons are weak to it. Manaphy is resistant to it, but I can't really do much else to Jinx. So I do think Snorlax is the best bet. It does have Focus Blast as we've just seen, but I think we don't have much of a choice. Crunch here. Thankfully she heals rather than attack. But I think I should have gone for Body Slam. But it's fine. Jinx is rather physically frail, so as you see, it worked out in the long run. We do have Heavy Slam on Snorlax here, which does help as well. I honestly forgot about that. But because we're so slow, it might not work. Next up is Frostlass. Also level 70, Modest Nature holding a Citrus Berry, with the moves Blizzard, Shadow Ball, Double Team, and Aurora Veil. To hurt us, this thing only has Blizzard, but because of the Snow Cloak and the Hail, and Double Team as well, it'll try to raise evasiveness like Mamoswine, but it also has Aurora Veil, as you can see here, just like Abomasnow. It's mostly here to just be annoying, raise its own evasiveness to make it hard to hit, and then make itself bulkier with Aurora Veil. Speaking of which, the Hail just stopped. Even if the Hail does stop though, Aurora Veil does stay active for the next 5 turns. There's that Blizzard. If the Hail is still up, Blizzard is 100% accurate and will never miss. But thankfully we can take down Frostlass before that. Up next is Glaceon. Glaceon, just like most of our team, is level 70, Modest Natured, Ice Body for the ability, so if the Hail is still up, Glaceon will still slowly heal. Couple that with leftovers that it's holding, it will gain HP at a surprisingly fast rate. For moves, it has Blizzard, Freeze Dry, Baby Doll Eyes, and Double Team. That Baby Doll Eyes can be annoying because it lowers your attack, and it might go for it in one of the coming turns. And with Double Team, again, it'll be annoying to hit, and you might need to rely on special attacks to actually do damage. but it doesn't seem to be going for it, thankfully. Instead, it's just going for double teams, which is just as annoying. And yeah, we're already avoiding the attacks. It's already avoiding the attacks, excuse me. We'll try Body Slam to paralyze it. Quick Claw pops, hopefully it actually does something. But doesn't matter because Baby Doll Eyes. Yeah, I think it's time to switch out now. Thankfully we land though. Can we paralyze it? No. Oh, we can't even go to Mana Feeb either. This thing has Freeze Dry, so it'll... This thing kind of bodies my entire team. Go for Blizzard or something. Please go for Blizzard. There's that Freeze Dry. Normally, water resists ice, but Freeze Dry is super effective against water types and has a chance to freeze. So it is a very tough move to deal with. Not even a burn. And Freeze Dry will take us out here. Ah, man. This might just be the toughest battle we've actually had since Cynthia. It's not the best move either, but Roserade might be is their best bet. Try to poison, I guess, if we can land. Thank goodness. Thank you, Roserade. Glaceon goes down, and she's down to her new ace, Weavile, which Inferni would have loved to take down easily. Back out into Snorlax, it's our best bet again, kind of, but Weavile, as I said, is her new ace Pokemon at level 72, pressure for the ability, Adamant Natured holding a Life Orb, with the moves Ice Shard, Night Slash, Brick Break, and X Scissor. This thing hits hard, especially with Life Orb, it's fast, and it's gonna do damage. There's that high HP coming into play. Life Orb recoil. Will Heavy Slam just KO here? It does. Okay, cool. Literally. And she's done. That was a tough one, not gonna lie. The cool sticker. And that's it for Candace. All we have left is Vulcanur, so I'll meet you guys over in Sunny Shore City. Alright guys, here we are. I figured I would make my way here with straight away and not just show you guys the entire puzzle all over again, because it is a bit tedious to deal with, especially after having to deal with Candace's puzzle all over again. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And as you would expect, Vulcanur, being the 8th gym leader, is still the toughest of all 8 of them. And his team is actually a lot better in terms of his specialty type this time around. He starts off with... you might think it's strange that he starts off with Pelipper, since it's not a electric type, but but just like his initial gym battle in these games, he does have at least one Mon that's not of his specialty typing. But this time it makes sense. Because of Pelipper having Drizzle, Thunder is now 100% accuracy, so it'll never miss. It's also holding a Damp Rock to make sure the Thunder is Thunder is on English. I can do it. He's holding a Damp Rock so that the rain is here for longer. Pelipper itself is level 70, Drizzle as you can see for its ability, modest natured with the moves Hydro Pump, Hurricane, Ice Beam, and U-Turn. Its main strategy is to set up the rain, use Hydro Pump and Hurricane for stab. Hurricane in the rain is also 100% accurate and can possibly confuse you as well. Ice Beam for coverage, and U-Turn to pivot into one of Vulcanur's actual electric types. But now that it's down, its first up is Raichu. Raichu, also level 70, is Timid Nature holding a Choice Scarf, Lightning Rod for the ability, with the moves Thunder, 100% accurate, Surf, boosted in the rain, Focus Blast for coverage, and Volt Switch to also pivot. It makes sense for him to go into this thing with Focus Blast, but let's see if we can at least tank one hit. And every Focus Blast in this episode has hit so far. We tank that hit. Thank you, Snorlax, but the special defense is down. Next one's probably gonna KO. High horsepower, one hit knockout. Cool. Critical hit too. Might not have been needed, but I'm not complaining. Spadef is down. Lantern. I think we're okay on this end, actually. Lantern is his lowest level team member, level 66. Volt Absorb for the ability, so it restores HP with electric type moves. Holding an Expert Belt, Modest Nature with the moves Thunder, Surf, Ice Beam, and Volt Switch. Lantern is a bit slower than usual, than most water types, but it still outspeeds us. And going for a Volt Switch, into who? Jolteon. Does this KO? It does. Jolteon is level 68, Modest Nature, holding a Toxic Orb with the moves Thunder, Reflect, Shadow Ball, and Volt Switch. It's holding a Toxic Orb to use the Quick Beat ability to raise its speed, but it just got knocked out first thing. Goes back out to Lantern, probably to Volt Switch again. We can take one more Volt Switch. He's going for Surf, actually. And it knocked us out. That's fine, Snorlax did more than enough. Took out half his team first thing. Took out half his team without much issue. Focus Blast, lowering their special defense was a bit annoying, but Snorlax did the damn thing, just like the entire series. Giga Drain doesn't quite knock it out. It'll probably heal here. And Ice Beam. Figured as much. A lot of Vulcanur's Pokemon, because they only have one or two weaknesses, do have moves to cover those weaknesses. But I think because of our level and the moves we have, coverage, we've proven more than ready to take on anything that comes in our way. Ice types and electric types, well mostly ice types, do give us trouble. But because they're a bit scarce, and we do have coverage to an extent, I think we were able to beat those fairly easily. As we've just seen with the battle against Candace, it's kind of 50-50. But up next is Luxray, his former ace. Level 70, Intimidate for the ability, Adamant Nature holding a Focus Sash with the moves Ice Fang, Clay Rough, Volt Switch, and Electric Terrain. Let's try with Sludge Bomb here. Luxray is a very good physical attacker, but shockingly it's not that fast. No pun intended. So yeah, no surprise it knocked us out. But if Luxray had better speed, it could probably be a really, really good mon. Thankfully Poison takes it out. And why not? We'll send out Guard Chomp here. Vulcanur's new ace Pokemon, however, is Electivire. Level 75, the highest we've seen yet. With a Motor Drive for the ability, so if you use an electric type attack, it'll raise this thing's speed. Mild Nature, holding a Life Orb, with the moves Thunder, Flamethrower, Cross Chop, and Earthquake. Speaking of Earthquake, this should take it out pretty easily. Electivire is one of those Pokemon where they kind of played it up when 4th Gen was coming out initially, and to be fair, it looks really cool, but as a Pokemon itself in battle, it's kind of just okay. it gets some really cool moves like Flamethrower, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Earthquake, Cross Chop. But because it is decently fast, but it's just not fast enough and it can't hit hard enough to really make a decent impact. It's good, but there's just other Pokemon that can do what it does, but a bit better. But with all that said and done, we've beaten Vulcanur, and we finished off all of the Gym Leader rematches, and finally, as I've kept saying throughout this entire series, that's it. There is the post-game rematches with Barry and Dawn, or Lucas, depending on who you're playing as, that are available in their respective areas that they're located in, which for the other protagonist is in Sanjim Town. Barry will be in the fight area every weekend, and you can rematch them there. Because they're time-based events, I don't think I can really show them off now, especially because I'm playing on a weekday when this is being recorded. And they don't really change too much. Their levels do get higher as you do the Elite Four rematches, but there's really nothing too special about them. And speaking of the Elite Four rematches, that's really all that's left. However, I did mention that once I was done with the Gym Leader rematches, I did want to show something off. And that's something that's going to be here in the Valor Lakefront. Right over here in this one little area I haven't really touched upon yet. And to do what I'm about to do, you need to finish the entire Pokedex of every single Pokemon from Bulbasaur all the way to, I would say, Manaphy or Shaman if you actually got those events, or Cresselia if you weren't able to. You have to catch them all, as is the name of the game, and speak to, I believe, this man in the pool. Morimoto. You can actually battle Game Freak Executive Morimoto here. And sure, why not? And just like he said, you can't battle him until you battle the champion. So that means he's definitely going to be tough. Starting off with Spiritomb. I don't actually know what he has here because I've never battled him before. But he's starting off with Spiritomb here. What level is it? 63. We should be okay to crunch. We're level 80. And Spiritomb is thankfully not that fast, but very bulky. And Will-O-Wisp to burn us. Okay, that's nice. Okay, not dealing with this. Switching straight out into Roserade. Didn't see what it did there, so I apologize. See what Dazzling can knock it out. And it does. Use Grudge there or something? Or Destiny Bond? Destiny Bond. Ah, that's nice. Always pay attention to the battle. Manaphy, please save me. Ambipom. Okay. Let's try to burn it. I don't know what this thing wants to do. Fake out. Should have seen that coming. Fling. Oh, okay, so that you can see Fling in action now, and it flung a King's Rock at us. King's Rock normally raises the chance of flinching your opponent, and when flung, it acts sort of like a Razor Fang, I believe, where it just auto crits, or auto flinches, excuse me. don't know if he's gonna heal here. He doesn't. So we can knock out Ambipom. Thank goodness we burned it too, because that was annoying to deal with. What's next? Jolteon. Thankfully we have Garchomp for this. Jolteon is naturally very fast, so it might just outspeed us, but it depends on what this thing wants to go for. Thankfully it cannot use Hidden Power since it doesn't get it anymore. Shadow Ball. Eat it up, and get out of here. Vaporeon. Of course, Roserade is down for the count here. Let's say Manaphy, I guess, for Psychic. Vaporeon is very bulky with its high HP. It has decent attacking stats too, but it's mostly known for stuff like Toxic, Substitute, Scald, Muddy Water, and Acid Armor, as you can see here. To beat a Vaporeon, you have to know what it wants to go for and how it's going to play, but typically, Vaporeon kind of go for the same moves. There's a specific set that most of them kind of go for, which involves stuff like those moves I mentioned earlier. I might have to Tail Glow here actually, because I don't want to deal with the we're not doing too much damage right now. Why are all the low accuracy moves just landing without a problem here? Hydro Pump, Focus Blast, what is this? Generally, I don't even trust those moves because of their low accuracy. And you're holding a berry. Citrus? Weaky. Huh. The berries like the Papa Berry, Weaky Berry, and so on used to be sort of like a citrus berry, but it would be dependent on your nature. And if you're not a nature that correlates to that berry, because of that berry's flavor, you end up healing HP but getting confused. I believe in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, those berries got buffed to 50%, but they end up getting nerfed again in Sword and Shield to only heal 33%. They're still pretty good, but in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they were top tier items. At least I believe they were. I wasn't in a competitive battle, not even back then. Flareon here just gets destroyed when I didn't even acknowledge it. And last is Hippowdon. Sand goes up, but I believe it shouldn't matter because sand only really affects rock types, for special defense at least. I have a Tail Glow up anyway, so you're done. And that's it from Morimoto. Do we get anything for beating you? The Oval Charm. That's handy. The Oval Charm is a key item that, when you receive it, boosts the amount of times you can get an egg in the daycare. It makes it more common, I believe. And this, I believe, is the Game Freak building in this hotel area. This is what I want to show off as well. You finally got all the Pokemon in the world. The Pokédex is complete. And we get a certificate for completing the Pokédex. However, that's actually not the only thing you get here. You get a Catching Charm for everything in the Sinnoh Pokédex, And when you can complete the National Pokedex, you get the Shiny Charm. The Shiny Charm is another key item that increases the frequency of getting a shiny Pokemon. Normally it would. In this game, however, it only affects Pokemon you get by hatching. I don't know why they did this, but it is what it is. The first charm, however, the Catching Charm, increases the frequency of you getting a critical capture, which is when you hear the special noise when you throw a Pokeball, and it only shakes once. It's cool to have. One other thing you can get here, after beating Cynthia, is this, the DS Sounds. This is a special little key item that you can turn on, kind of like the Experience Share, in the old games at least, where once you turn it on, you get to hear the soundtrack of the original DS games. It's a little neat thing you can add on if you want to get some nostalgic experience. But with all that said and done, we finally finished all the Gym Leader rematches, battled a Game Freak member, and even got all the Shiny Charm and the Oval Charm. That's it for all of Sinnoh, pretty much. Everything available to us now is completed. The only thing that's left is the Darkrai event, which is over here, but that's not available yet. There's the Legends Arceus event, which I have not unlocked yet, which would take us back to Spear Pillar, and the Elite Four rematches, which I will be doing next. So next time on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, we go back to the Pokemon League and rebattle the Elite Four. I'll see you guys then.